Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Heavy Metal Devils. Danny here, and today we're going to be going through a few ins and outs I'd like to see happen in the January transfer window. Now, a little caveat just before we get into this video. I don't really expect Manchester United to do a whole lot during January, and that includes bringing in any of the players I have listed. I expect a few outs and maybe one or two players to come in either on loan or on a low fee to help us get through the second half of the season. But regardless, I have hopes. We have hopes. And these are my hopes of the players I'd like to see come in to the Manchester United squad during this transfer window. But just before we get into that, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We've recently got over 800 subscribers. Let's get to 1,000. But anyway, let's just get right into it. Now, the first player I'm going to highlight is Jean-Claire Todibo. Now, this guy has been named several times from several outlets about us being interested in him. He is a 23-year-old center back playing in the French league for Nice. And if you don't know, the guy that just invested into our club also owns Nice. So this deal should be like a no-brainer, either a loan deal that we can sign permanently in the summer or just pay the reasonably low transfer fee that he will cost. So transfer market has him rated at 35 million. And that's what I've been hearing from most people. And I think he would go for around that price. Now, this might require some outs. We are hearing that Varane could be made for sale. We hope that's not true. But we've also heard other clubs interested in Todibo, such as Spurs, now that they've had Romero go out, they've had Van der Ven go out, and this guy is very, very close to what Van der Ven is as a defender. He's very quick, and he's built for playing that high line. So you can see why Erik ten Hag has wanted this guy for quite some time. We were supposed to get him in the summer. Our plans kind of diverted, and it just did not happen. But who knows? Jim Ratcliffe does own Nice, so there should be some sort of deal we can work out there to get him into the club in January. If not, maybe in the summer. But he is one that should be on all of our radars coming in very, very soon. And we could use some more center back coverage, seeing what's happened with injuries so far this season. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Jean-Claire Todibo, highly rated center back coming out of Nice. He is wanted by a lot of other teams as well. So let's see if we can pull this one off. But yeah, anyway, next one is we're headed over to Benfica, and this is João Neves, guys. Another cover that we need. We don't really have a lot of central defensive midfielders. Central defensive midfielders cannot speak. This is a 19-year-old who is absolutely tearing it up in the Portugal division right now. His stats are off the chain for a 19-year-old. His price is only listed at around 45 million. And that is a steal because Benfica, as soon as anyone starts getting sniffs around their players, that fee will go to 80, 90, and even 100 million, as we've seen over the last year or two with guys like Darwin Núñez and Enzo Fernandez. This guy, I think, could be better than Enzo Fernandez. I mean, at the moment, that's not very hard. He is going to be wanted by a lot of teams. So why not try and get on him as soon as possible? Just go look at his stats for his age. Off the chain. He's got a couple goals, a few assists, but that's not really his job. His job is to shut that midfield down, and he does a great job at it for his age. The question is, how much will Benfica let him go for? Because transfer market might say 45 million. It's Benfica, guys, and it's Manchester United at the moment. We would not get him for 45 million. So maybe not one for this window, but if we could pull it off, if we could sell some players, damn, let's do this deal ASAP. It could be our future right here. And I feel like him and Kobe Mainu could work very, very well with each other. But anyway, Moving on, and this one is a big wish list here. We are in need of a striker. Yes, I know Rasmus Højlund has got his first Premier League goal, but we need an experienced striker, and none better than the one that is about to come off a long suspension in Ivan Toney. He's 27 years old, plays for Brentford. Transfer market lists him at around 50 million. This is another hopeful one for me because we ain't going to get him for 50 million. They're not going to sell him for 50 million. They're looking for around between 70 and 100 million for Ivan Toney. Now, there's been rumors about him possibly going to Chelsea, possibly going to Arsenal as well. And we don't know how long it will take for him to fully get back into a game shape because he's been off for about 10 months due to his gambling issues. So, for me, I think he's exactly what we need at Manchester United. High energy, extremely aggressive, good at free kicks, good at poaching goals, can score from anywhere, and I think would be a good person for Rasmus Højlund to learn from. Don't learn about the betting stuff. Stay far away from that, Rasmus. But the way he plays as a striker, an excellent, excellent person to learn from. But his price being so high, I 100% don't see this one happening in January or maybe even at all. But this is my list and who I want at Manchester United in January. So those are my 3 ins, guys. Those are 3 ins I'd like to see this January. Now, here are a few outs that I want, and I think everyone could expect to go. Now, first up, none other than Jadon Sancho. This has been an absolute disaster from his switch from Dortmund to United. We've overpaid him, overhyped him. His ego has grown way too large. And one thing Manchester United never really did with this guy is a due diligence in his background check. He's had the same problems at Manchester City, had similar issues at Dortmund. Yet we still brought him into this club, and you can see the problems it has caused. Now, he hasn't been in the team for months now, and there's no way back for him. Even now, if he, I think, apologizes, there's still no way back for him. So I think it's time to go. Maybe ring up the Saudi league, ring up another league, maybe get him out on a loan so we can try and get his price up a bit more because right now it's dropped to like 25 million, which is a far cry from the 72 million we paid for him. So Jadon Sancho has got to go, whether it's on loan or a good, permanent deal somewhere for a good fee. Yeah, let me know what you think about that one. I think we're all in the same boat here, aren't we? Now, another one we're probably all in the same boat about is Anthony Martial. He needs to go. He is a walking stick figure out there on the pitch. Does not have the energy. He is still decent in front of goal, but he has no energy, no pace. He's basically a broken footballer, and you just don't know when he's going to get injured again. Look, when he broke into the team, he quickly became one of my favorite players and has been one of my favorite players. I think United kind of ruined his career. His injuries have ruined his career. He should have been a lot better than what he was, but it just hasn't worked out. And I think it's time for him to go. There's been rumors about Inter Milan being interested, but to be honest, I think he's a Saudi level player now. He needs to be in a league where he doesn't really have to move too much and press a lot. Just be fed the ball and put the ball into the net. But yeah, Anthony Martial, I think it's time for you to go now. And guys, the last one, and if you follow my channel, this one will be no surprise for you. Should have gone in the summer, is not, hasn't gone, is still here now. And that's Scott McTominay, 27-year-old midfielder. Well, I don't know. Is he a midfielder? We don't know what he is anymore because when he does ask to be played in the midfield, he is a ghost. He purposely gets himself marked by standing behind other players. He's really only there to, run into the box and score a goal. He is lethal in front of goal, but his other game is horrible. He's had like 3 assists his entire career. He's not the defensive stalwart people think he is. He's a bit soft now. But I think he'd be an excellent addition to teams like a West Ham, maybe even a Newcastle with the injuries they're going through right now. He should have gone in the summer. We had a 35 million pound offer. We turned it down. I would say his value kind of has stayed the same. Transfer market has him around, I think, 27 to 30 million. And I think that's around the right price. I'd say between 30. I think you can get 40 million for a McTominay. He is a goal threat and would do a mid-table club very well and help out with their goals. So yeah, unfortunately for me, I think McTominay's time needs to be up at this club. He's not what I think a Manchester United player should be, other than his maybe spirit, his personality, maybe, but his skill and what he brings to the pitch is just not there for me. But yeah, anyway, guys, those are a few 3 ins, 3 outs I'd like to see in this January window. Like I said, I don't know if we're going to sign anyone. Definitely probably won't sign half the people I put on this list. I think a lot of the ones on the outs could go, maybe not McTominay, but that's for you guys to, argue down in the comments for. So yeah, let me know what you think. Who do you want to see in and out? And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys all on the next one. Later.